teaches you humility, because one great shot is sometimes followed by a bad shot, so it teaches you to stay within your zone. Obviously the golf courses and the greenery around you creates a lot of relaxation and oxygen, and for sure the sportsmanship involved, the camaraderie involved in golf. This is something that, you know, definitely even at grassroots level, even for the older generations, it's something that you know that really, you know, binds the golfers together and creates a huge community and a huge love and passion for the game, for sure.
Yeah, I am a mom, and my kid is 15 now. I'm not going to say how old I am, but how would I be able to know that he is talented in golf, or at least when I introduce him to a professional golfer, would you please, he want to practice golf? No, he can't. He is not suitable for that. Let him search for another sport. May I know if these questions are valid? After the short break, I'll be back, but with the answers. Welcome back. It's still 2-1 for the Real in the 168th Classico. Back to golf and back to our dear guest live here in the studio, Mr. Mohamed Attallah. When I do have evidences or proofs that my kid is suitable for golf, and I can with confidence introduce him to this world.
Well, I think everybody's suitable for golf, funnily enough, because golf is such an individual sport. Obviously, it's recommended and easier to take some professional coaching and training, but golf is a journey of self-improvement. You start off as a novice, and you can actually play with a professional. I mean, we have a handicap system, I'm sure you're aware of, where people of lesser ability are able to play with people with a better ability and beat each other.
People with special needs, let's say.
No, it's not special needs. It's special needs in golf.
Yeah.
It's the ability to, you know, instead of being able to, you get extra shots, so you get a bit of a bonus, as it were. So you're allowed to, your ability can improve all the way through the ages. And the beauty about golf is that a grandchild can play with a grandfather, a father can play with a son, you know, husband and wife can play together. So it's a great sport, and it evens the playing field with the systems that we have in place.
Why I'm asking this question, when I was in one of those tournaments and I had the honor to meet with Mr. Ayman Hussein, the chairman of the Egyptian Golf Federation, I was out of record, out of camera. Mr. Hussein, this is very boring. What people are doing, just going around this course and just shots, bogeys, holes, things like that. I don't think that this can be interesting for any kid. He answered with such very short sentence, this is developing the character. This is a sport which develops the character of a kid.
Sure. I couldn't agree more with that statement. That statement really does, you know, hit the nail on the head, as it were, because it is character building. When you're in a difficult position, it's how you react to it. When you're in a comfortable position, again, it's how you react to it. It's how you take your chances, whether you're a risk taker, whether you're conservative. It's definitely a thinking man's sport, or a thinking woman's sport. And it does definitely. I mean, I couldn't fault that statement one little bit. It does build character, and it builds strength of mind. It's physical as well. So there's a lot of work for the youngsters in the gym and stuff like that to get better. But definitely character building and mental ability is a strong part of golf.
Also, I should pick this word, mental. When I was listening to Mr. Ibrahim, to Mr. Ayman, those who are responsible or behind the curtains with all the stories of success which are taking place, alhamdulillah, in the world of golf in Egypt, of course, including you and your man. I know that you are part of a big team.
Sure.
That mental fitness can never be separated from physical fitness in sports in general, and in golf this is another story.
Definitely.
Are you involved in choosing who is going to participate in the coming international competition?
I'm not directly involved in team selection,
but
you are able, I mean, as a team, we're able to assess the strength of character, and strength of character is a long-term thing. People may have great talent and lose their way a little bit, but it's up to us as a team to guide them into the right way, to give them their strength of mind, to support them in whatever the physical and mental needs that they need.
Messi did it. It's 2-all. Yeah.
That's so definitely, I mean, you cannot separate, in any sport, you cannot separate the mental side of it with the physical. You can have all the talent in the world, but the mental strength definitely is a huge part of the sport, of any sport, especially golf, because you can find yourself in some very difficult situations. But again, in terms of team selection, I think the youth team, coupled with the older generation of golfers lending their experience, I think we've got a few tough kids out there that are going to be able to handle the pressure going forward, inshallah.
I mean, whenever we're talking about a tournament where Morocco, for instance, is participating, as far as I know, that Morocco is a big name in the world of golf regarding the Arab arena, and Bahrain, I think.
Yeah,
Morocco
and Egypt, of course.
I mean, in addition to Egypt.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the selection of the teams or the players should differ according to the countries participating in a special tournament, or who is ready and who is fit and whose performance is going to the better, then he should participate.
I think it's the same with any sport. We have our league tables and our order of merits, as we call it, where your results count for your team participation. So you might have been a legend last season, your form's not good, you may get selected because of your history and your ability to play under pressure, but I think as well results count. So I think the people that are giving the results and producing the results week after week in our local tournaments and qualifiers, these are the guys and girls that will represent their country going forward.
How do our players getting more experience? Is it just with watching the international players, or going into camps, for instance, or going to watch on the ground golfers playing in any of the PGAs or any of the international competitions outside Egypt, or how can they get more experienced with that?
Sure, our national coaching system, which we're developing at the moment, or enhancing the development of it at the moment, is a key factor in that. The juniors especially and the senior team get 3 or 4 days a week coaching from our national coach, which his team is increasing as we speak. On the level of the international tournaments that we host in Egypt, being able to play with these top level professionals obviously gives them a lot of experience. We have an international tournament schedule that we send representatives of under 15, under 18, under 21s, senior team to go and represent
Egypt. But they're all students this way. I think that this can be an obstacle on the way, or no? Time management, of course, can do miracles, but...
Sure, but I mean, obviously, when you're a talented sports person, then, you know, you have to be able to balance your education with obviously, education comes first in any arena, but definitely, I mean, we try and manage that with the schools and their universities and their education programs to make sure that they're available for these international tournaments. Most of the junior international tournaments are held.
And of course there is family support.
Of course, of course. I mean, you know, in anything, the core is the family to support the golfer and the future champions to progress and to get stronger and to get better, for sure.
Mohamed is asking me to ask you about football.
Okay. All right.
I mean, are you interested in this? I mean, I think that you are all the time having chat with your men, with your players. It's not only about golf.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm a huge football fan. I mean, I don't know.
And because of this, he kept on telling me, ask him about that.
Yeah, I've